Hey people, welcome back to Dutch Modeling. In widescreen this time. I figured out what the problem was. Back with another modeling on the road. I did change the title a little bit. Coming from back to basic modeling on the road. Gonna leave the back to basic part off. Because it could get a little bit confusing. Seeing that the first truck was a back to model, back to basic. The second, the T-64, oh well, the T-34 wasn't a back to basic, it was a group build. But the last one, I have to think very hard. What did I just finish? Oh yeah, the Neubau Fahrzeug was a back to basic modeling on the road. From now on, it's just gonna be modeling on the road, the T-62. The Trumpeter T-62. This is what we're building this time. And this is the Trumpeter 01553. One odd thing to start with, as you can see, this box art contains 3 figures, and those 3 figures are in the box. But if you Google Trumpeter 01553, as said on the box, you will find 2 different types of box art for the same tank. One with and one without the figures. So I guess I was just lucky when I picked this up. I didn't know that at first. I started modeling today. This was the first session. I was done about 5. Started at 5:30 in the morning, so okay. It's now 9:20. I had dinner and everything, so let's say I started at 5:30, 5:45, and I skipped the wheels. I really didn't want to do the wheels. And this is how far I come so far. I did the plates for the side fenders will be on later. It's a little bit of a glare. That's a new one. I did the suspension. It's not workable, so it's just all glued together on both sides. The back plate with the fuel barrel holders. Did one barrel as well, so I can fit and space them correctly. And I did the entire front, bottom and front plate on 2 parts separately. And that's all pretty well and good. It did show me one mistake though in the instructions, and it has to do with that single headlight up there, and I'll show you that in a second. Because according to the instructions, let me see, yeah, there it exists out of B12 and L11. Yeah, okay. And if you can see there, it has to be placed in a little of a hollowed out area. Checking it, you got B12, B11 and B13 as light fittings. Now, I didn't really was sure about the B12 part, so after I nipped it off already, I went a little bit further, and these are the instructions for the turret. And B12 and L5 with a small little knob on the side. Turns out this one is not B12, it's B11, so be warned, this must be B11. So B11. Otherwise, you do like me, you snip the very small part off because you think that's a miscast, put it in, and shit. So, yeah, that happened. Otherwise, there aren't no real problems so far. Like I said, I skipped the wheels. I'm widescreen now, I can look like this. I skipped the wheels because I really didn't want to, so this is these steps. Just too much, 6, 10, way too much. Sorry, I just really want to. So I went in here, did the lower hole with the bottom plate and these. Don't even know what those are. Guessing they just keep the fenders from falling down. Or the tracks to jump up. So I did that step. I did this step, step 3. You can choose out of the without texture plate and with the knobs on the bottom. I of course chose for the knobs because it looks better. And I know a couple of knobs. They reminded me of him. The swing arms. You know, here the wheel, so I skipped this part. And there is nothing else you add here except for the wheel. So you can, if you skip the wheels, you can skip this as well. There's no problem. And here you go. They say tracks. But that's a whole lot of work because they're single links and you have to cut them off and screw separately. You have to be careful that you do the back plate, and that gave me problems because I'm on the road and I do not have my drill bits with me. So making a hole in plastic is kind of shit. I figured that out. I felt pretty stupid because I thought, well, maybe I can skip that part, so I can do it later. Yeah, I did this as well. Make holes. So I had to figure something out. Did these steps as well. These are the carriers for the fuel tanks on the back, drums more, rivers, and this part as well. And here goes all the drilled holes. You fill them up here. So you have to do. And I went the old-fashioned way with hobby knife and a 11 blade. That's all I did. Just kept the where it wasn't really visible. I just took the plastic, hold it up to the light, looked underneath where it's brighter, so you can see what, and then just with the, and I just picked it in and twisted it, hoping they wouldn't be too big. Well, that's the only problem. I had got one that was a little bit too big, but the funny thing is, the part I didn't really expect to see is oh no, it wasn't here, sorry. Yeah, the thing I didn't see is if you can see here, there was another part, B43. You can hopefully the camera sees it. There, it should go into a hole. You can see there. I should point there. Pointing at the screen is useless. It should go there, and it does, because it's that part. The thing is, stay there. That hole doesn't exist. So either you have to remove the tab underneath, or again, hold, because this plate is loose, I glued it together already, hold it to the light, watch where the lighter part is, where the light passes through better, and just make a little hole there. And that's what I did with the knife. Then down here, this plate is glued on the front. As you can see here. With the B11 mistake. And next part, now I'm gonna quit because I'm tired. So that's why I'm making this movie. I'm not making a movie. See, I'm tired. Making this video. And the next part for me will be the engine deck and the fenders. And I learned from my previous mistakes. I really did. Super glue. It doesn't want to focus on me. Well, believe me, it says super glue. So, still closed. Yeah, well, you can probably make that out. So, yeah, there's that. I can glue photo edge. Yay! See, that's my happy face. Because I can do photo edge. Next time. That's mine. Now I'm happy. No, without kidding. So far, no fit issues. There's a little bit of a cleanup. That's crooked. I just saw it now. That's so strange. Not straight. No mistakes fitting. Everything goes. Yeah, you have to drill a couple of holes, but normally if you're home, that's not really a problem. And well, yeah, I guess that is it. Yeah. So we're on another 11 minutes. There's a timer out, otherwise I can see it. It's white, and I could do like this, and I can see it as well. This is gonna be it. I'm gonna quit now. I'm gonna put on my, put off my clothes because I'm going to bed. And I'll see you guys next time. So, good night. Bye bye. See you soon.